What's up guys, you're watching Ty's iPhone Help. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to jailbreak the second generation Apple TV on iOS 4.3. Now, if you haven't already updated iOS 4.3 on your Apple TV, here's some of the new features you're going to get in it. You're actually going to get MLB, so you can stream games, and you're going to get NBA League Pass, so actually you can stream all the basketball and baseball games that you want. Of course, those are subscription services, so you aren't going to get those for free if you have an Apple TV. Also, they have updated the Netflix app to support Dolby Digital 5.1, as well as they have improved the on-screen keyboard and search. So that's a few reasons to update iOS 4.3, but let's go ahead and get on with the thing you actually are watching this video for, the jailbreak. Now remember that the jailbreak for the Apple TV is still in the early stages, so there isn't actually very many apps at all out. At the moment, it is Mac only, so you will need a Mac computer. Once Windows is out, I will provide a link in the description to download it for Windows. So make sure you keep checking back on this video or follow me on Twitter, and I'll let you guys know when that is updated. You will need, of course, the Apple TV also, and you will need a micro USB cable, which I got off of Amazon. You can get these for like $2 on Amazon. I'll provide a link below in the description if you want to pick that up for really cheap. If you look at the back of the Apple TV, you'll see that it's not a regular size USB cable, but you may have one of these laying around your house. So let's go ahead and get started with the jailbreak. So go ahead and make sure you're updated to the latest version of iTunes, and no other iPhones, iPods, or iPads are plugged up to your computer. Just make sure that the Apple TV is plugged up via the micro USB cable, and you're going to need to download SeasonPass, which is the jailbreak program we're going to be using. Unfortunately, this is a tethered jailbreak at the moment. Once an untethered jailbreak comes out, of course we'll do a video on it, so make sure you subscribe above so you know when that is released. But this one, if you want to actually turn your Apple TV off and then back on, you will have to plug it back up to your computer, open SeasonPass, and click a little button, which doesn't take but a minute, but that kind of sucks if you're just wanting to watch TV really quickly. But stay tuned, and of course the untethered jailbreak should be out soon, as well as the untethered jailbreak for iPhones, iPods, and iPads. Once you've got SeasonPass downloaded, go ahead and plug up your Apple TV to your computer, and we're going to open up SeasonPass. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and hit Create IPSW. This will be a little bit faster for me. Once I click it, you're actually going to have the downloading screen where it goes and downloads the firmware from the internet. Mine's already did that just to make this video a little bit faster. And it's basically going to go ahead and create a custom IPSW for you out of the firmware that it downloaded. So it's going to go ahead and do that, and I will come back once it's done. Alright, so once it's done creating the custom firmware, what you're going to need to do is take your Apple TV remote, and you're basically just going to point it at your Apple TV and hold the play, pause, and the menu button for 7 seconds. That's going to put your Apple TV into DFU mode, so that way it can restore to that custom firmware that it just created. So here we go. We're going to press the menu and play, pause button. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you can release. If you get that little pop-up, just hit OK, and it should recognize that it is in DFU mode. There we go. It says found device in DFU mode, and it should begin doing its thing. So there we go. It is uploading to device, and just be patient. It shouldn't take very long. Make sure that you don't have any cords plugged up to your Apple TV other than the micro USB cord, by the way. And it should open up iTunes. Don't worry, it's not somebody controlling your computer. It should do this automatically. And select the firmware. There it goes. And it's going to extract the software, and it's going to restore to the custom firmware. And once this is done, you should have a jailbroken Apple TV on iOS 4.3. Alright, so before I actually show you what it looks like jailbroken on my TV, I got to show you how to reboot it, because again, this is a tethered jailbreak. So if you want to turn your Apple TV off and then back on, you're going to have to do this process. It's kind of complicated and not really a point in it, but this is how you do it. So right here, this is my setup. You got to kind of be quick with this. I've got my USB cable unplugged for my computer, and I've got the thing that plugs into the wall unplugged also. But I have the USB cable plugged into the back of the Apple TV, as well as the power cable, so those are ready to go. You have to do it in a certain order. Go ahead and open up SeasonPass on your computer. Go ahead and hit the boot tether button. You will, remember, have to be updated to the latest version of iTunes, and this all has to be exactly specific because I've tried this a ton of times. Alright, so what you're going to need to do, watch your Apple TV. Do not hit OK on that, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and plug it up to USB. We're going to wait till the light starts flashing on our Apple TV rapidly. You'll see it. There we go. Now go ahead and plug it up to the wall. Give it just a few seconds. And now you're going to hold the menu and play pause button for 7 seconds at the same time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release and go ahead and hit OK. Now it should recognize your device in DFU mode, so there we go. So we got found device in DFU mode, and it should go ahead and start doing its thing. So there it goes. IBSS upload. Now you're going to have to be prepared once this is done. You kind of got to be quick with this also. Once your thing finishes up, you'll have a little pop-up. Here it goes. And there we go. Now what you need to do is quickly unplug the USB cable and plug in the HDMI cable to the back of your Apple TV. You got to kind of hurry with that, and it should work well. Let's go ahead and take the Apple remote. Go ahead and hit a button on it just to kind of wake it up. And there we go. So now you have a jailbroken Apple TV. I've got to connect it to the internet, which we go to settings, general, network, and we got to go to configure Wi-Fi. And there we go, it's done connecting. Go ahead and hit done. And we should have a jailbroken Apple TV. Let's just go ahead and hit back. And there we go, it's all working good. You see with the update in iOS 4.3, if you haven't already done this, you will have NBA and MLB TV. So there you go, your Apple TV is now jailbroken. I don't really have anything to show you except that it did do the tethered reboot. Stay tuned for some more videos, and I'll have guides on how to install more apps on it. Right now there's a few apps that you can install. I think there's actually even a web browser, but stay tuned for more videos on how to install apps on the Apple TV until they actually get like a Cydia type app where you can install it directly from the Apple TV. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. If it did, please be sure to click the like button below the video because that really helps me out. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button above because that will let you know when I have new videos on the new apps that's coming out, along with the iPad 2 being released tomorrow. I'm super excited about that. I'll definitely be going to pick one of those up. Lots of videos to come. So if you have any requests for videos or apps to install on the Apple TV, please leave those in the comment below, and I will have guides on that. So that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.